the study found that technology workers would be willing to accept a pay cut of up to 25% for full or part remote work. Kia ora everyone, it's Chris and Sam here from Bayleys. Quick roundup of the biggest news in New Zealand real estate. So Sam, do you want to get us started?
Yeah, so the latest unemployment stats came out from Stats NZ. So the unemployment rate rose from 4.8% to 5.1% over the last quarter, which is the highest level since 2015. And kind of like the discussions that you've been hearing, it is pretty hard out there.
Yep.
And I guess a little bit expected given the interest rates over the past 2 years, so not ideal for the housing market.
Yeah, 100%. And seems to be certain parts of New Zealand as well hit a little bit harder, like Wellington in particular, with the restructuring of government's been hit quite hard for the job market. So yeah, just something to monitor. Yeah, cool. And then on the flip side, I guess there were some changes to visa settings by the government.
Yeah, so the government recently announced some changes to encourage investor migrants. So this is through the Active Investor Plus Resident Visa Program. So these changes will make it more accessible for people to invest in New Zealand. And from April 1st, there'll be, they've kind of simplified it into two investment categories. One is the growth category, which is higher risk investments, minimum 5 mil investment over 3 years, and then the balanced category, which is lower risk investments, minimum investment of 10 mil over 5 years, and this category includes new residential and new or existing commercial industrial investments.
It's quite interesting, right? Like being able to connect the visa into investment into commercial property.
Yeah, and so if you're interested in this, actually, EOS from our team and James Chan will be producing a video in Mandarin to kind of explain how this works and what this means.
Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, you might need to learn a little bit of Mandarin, but it should be all good.
Just keep an eye out.
Yeah, and then Sam, next up, sales snapshot for the week, right? And we've got 2 commercial properties in the South Island this week.
Yeah. So I've got a listing 50 McLauchlan Street in Blenheim, Marlborough. This one is an aged care 61 bed care facility just 2 kilometres from Blenheim CBD, leased to one of the largest aged care providers in New Zealand. And this one was marketed by Glenn Dick from Bayleys Marlborough, Mike Holker from Bayleys Auckland Central, and Sunil Barna from Bayleys South Auckland, and sold for 6 mil on a 6.98% yield.
Yeah, it's a cool property. And then for me, I've got 2325 Jack Hanley Drive at Hanley's Farm in Queenstown. Freehold commercial opportunity, recently completed 161 square metre commercial property, occupied by a hospitality operator on a 9-year lease, marketed by Jessica Coburn, Jimmy Allen and Phoebe Swale from Bayleys Frankton, sold for 2 mil at a 6.52% yield. Obviously good little investment in a very popular part of Queenstown, which is cool. Next up, going offshore, so a little bit of international news this week. And if you've been following commercial property, you'll know that remote work has been like one of the big pressure points for office properties. And just a funny little article by the Economist looking at when remote workers might see a pay cut. So just kind of like the flip side of the office issues. And the kind of narrative on it was that you've got more employers starting to push workers back to the office, but obviously resistance from a lot of workers. And the study found that technology workers would be willing to accept a pay cut of up to 25% for full or part remote work, which
pretty significant. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, so just kind of the value that people are putting on flexibility and remote work.
Yeah, and I guess that might be the next sort of push through, is that trade-off between you're either in the office or paid a little bit less. So
yeah,
interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, and then finally to wrap up property of the week, Sam, so do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, so I've got a property in Taupo, so it's 67 Oaks Drive in Kinloch, luxury living in native bush paradise. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom home on 869 square metres, built to show home standards, a cool lifestyle opportunity in one of Kinloch's most coveted locations. So if you're interested in this property, you can get in touch with Helen Webb or Rowan Webb from Bayleys Taupo.
Yeah, cool. And then for me, I've got 11 Warrington Road in Remuera in Auckland. So it's a quintessential English style home, 4 beds, 2 baths on 706 square metres. For sale for the first time in 30 years, it's one of the finest English homes on the market in Remuera at the moment. 3 living areas, graceful gardens. If you want to learn more about this one, contact Steve Kerber or Neela Kerber from Bayleys Remuera.
Cool.
Yeah, well, that's it. We'll wrap it up here. So thanks very much, Sam.
Yeah, thanks, Chris.
Sweet. And we'll see you next time. Ciao.
Yeah.